All right, guys, so here is our meeting for Monday night, September 10th. And Carolyn is going to take over for us because when we were at conference, we had our keynote speaker, Connie Podesta. She came in and chatted, and she was amazing. Amazing. So Carolyn's going to kind of give us like a little tutorial about what she told us. So take it away.
All right. So Connie Podesta is not only is she a therapist, a psychologist, but she's also a comedian, and I'm not a comedian, so so I don't think I'll be funny, but at any rate. So the whole gist of this is that everybody's personality can be related to a shape. And I just realized I meant to do something and I forgot. So I'm going to do it quick while I'm talking. So basically, let me do this really quick. I'm super sorry. So can you see, I don't know, can you see the four shapes?
Yep, so it's
so there's a circle, a square, a triangle, and a squiggle. And so what I'd like everybody to do, you don't need to answer, but just have in your mind, which one of those shapes do you like the best? Just have that thought in your head, which shape you like the best, which appeals to you. And so what Connie taught us is that that shape relates to very much to your personality. And what she taught us was how to define or recognize your own personality, but also how to use that to discover what other people's personalities are like and how to make personal relationships, good personal connections and relationships based on people's personality types. And I'm going to teach you how to discover what someone's personality type is. So for everybody that chose square, right? You can raise your hand if you want to. I'll admit I'm a square. So people who chose square tend to be detail-oriented, dependable, responsible, and I apologize, I'm reading off a list because I didn't want to forget anything. They love data, numbers, policies, and procedures. And I should say to everybody too that not every single thing is exact. You'll find, or I found, that some of the traits of other things apply to me, but in general, this is very true. Squares can be stubborn or hesitant to change. They sometimes have difficulty expressing emotion. They can tend to work best alone versus being on a team. And sometimes they can see fun as a luxury. So those are some personality traits of someone who might be called, who favors a square. And some tips for people who are squares would be to tell yourself to let go and have fun sometimes. And to also to let people know what you need, because squares tend to not really ask for help or tell people what they need. Be open to change, try to be spontaneous. And this was a big one for me, smile. I forget to smile half the time. And I think sometimes it makes people think that I'm not happy or I'm not friendly. So that's a big one for us self-confessed squares. So now the next one I'm going to describe is triangle. If you chose triangle, you're probably a bottom line person. You hate to lose more than you like to win. You're extremely confident. You love to debate and argue. You can be outspoken. You can have a tendency to be sarcastic. Let's see, you're very smart. You like to be in charge. You love to multitask. You're sometimes impatient, and you are self-motivated. And some tips for you, if you are a triangle, would be to let yourself relax sometimes. Remind yourself to relax, to slow down and give people a chance to catch up with you, and to make sure you finish your projects, because sometimes you do a lot of things at once and things don't get finished. Next up is circles. So if you are a circle, you love to laugh and have fun. You work best in a team. You sometimes can take things personally. You're very empathetic. You're very compassionate. You are a great storyteller. But sometimes your stories are really long and very exaggerated. Not always, but sometimes. You want to fix everybody. You sometimes struggle with setting boundaries. You can sometimes talk too much. You hate conflict and confrontation. You sometimes feel guilty and responsible for others. And you can tend to overcommit, and you're not good at saying no. Some tips for circles would be that you're responsible to, but not for others. So you're not responsible for what others do, and learn to say no without guilt. I want to make sure I don't take up too much time with this, but you get the gist of it, I think, right? Let's see. So now, if you chose squiggle, you like to be around fun. In fact, you don't really enjoy things. You get bored easily if it's not like super exciting or super fun, but you adapt easily to change. You're very energetic. You love new things. You're not always organized, or you might not be organized. You like attention, and so you sometimes speak before you think. The reason I'm saying all of this is this relates to how you market to others and make people feel comfortable. And some tips for a squiggle would be to slow down, to listen rather than to plan your next comment. Does anybody have any questions up till now? Okay. So I'm going to tell you some points about when it comes to marketing and developing relationships, because it's good to know what someone's personality is like so you know how to market to them. So if you're a square or a triangle, you're the type of person who's going to want to sort of dictate what goes on, right? And so the idea here is, as the person trying to sell or develop the relationship, you shouldn't dictate what happens based on what you like, because we tend to market to people that are like us, right? So I'm a square, so I like to be on time, I like to be brief, I like to get to the point. But if I'm meeting with a circle to talk about the business, they're going to want to sit and chat and get to know me and have lunch and tell me their story. And even though that isn't the most comfortable for me all the time to spend a lot of time, I have to let go of that and really market to that circle. Does that make sense to everybody? So that's really what the point of this is. So if you're a square or a triangle, you want to sort of be in control of the location or how the meeting goes. Squares and triangles are on time. Squares and triangles kind of like their 6 to 8 feet of personal space. So if you're a circle and someone's a square, you might not want to grab them and hug them because they might not like that, right? This is interesting too. Squares and triangles will buy from anyone if they like the product. So if they like our nails, they're not going to be tied into a particular person because they like it, right? And we also are not interested in a lot of small talk, always. I mean, that's, again, some of this is, but you get the gist of it, right? Like, it's not exact. Now, if you are a circle or squiggle, you, like I started to say, you want our meeting or our interaction to be fun and social. So you might want to, instead of meeting for a quick discussion, you might want to have lunch or a drink or really spend 2 hours getting to know me as well as the product, right? Like, discussing the product might be 5 minutes of a 2-hour meeting. If you're a circle or a squiggle, you tend to be late. So if I'm a square and you're a circle, I'm not going to show up at 3 o'clock, and if you're not there at 5 after 3, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to wait for you because I know that you might tend to be late. So as a square, I need to sort of relax, right? What I was saying before, like some tips. Circles and squiggles, they only like 18 inches of personal space. They're huggers, right? Where us squares and triangles maybe aren't huggers with people they're not familiar with. Circles and squiggles buy from people that they like. So they might love our product, but if they don't like you, they're going to find someone they like better. You know what I mean? So that's the tendency. And there's lots of chatting going on with the circles and the squiggles. I hope I'm not going too fast. I sort of wanted to just give everybody the gist and the overview, but I want to get to the meat of it. And really that is, how do you know what someone's personality shape is? Like, how do you know to market to someone? And believe it or not, this was such an aha moment to me. And I use it not just when talking to potential customers or potential stylists, but I'm learning to use this with people that are friends of mine and just asking. So here's what you do. You say, hello, Mary Jane, I'm so glad that you're interested in hearing more about becoming a Color Street rep. How would you like to do this? We can do it one of two ways. We can either meet for lunch and we can sit down and chat, have a salad and a meal and get to know each other a little better. Or if you prefer, we can, I can just drop by, you sort of have a conversation with them, but I can just drop by. Oh, did something go on? You still there? Hello? Is anybody out there? I'm going to keep talking because I'm not sure what's going on. But
you're okay. You're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
On my end, there was a message that said you've been muted by the host, so I was like, oh no.
I clicked it by accident. Sorry, hon.
So you're going to ask them. The principle is to ask the person who you're meeting what they would like. How would they like it to go? So instead of me as a square saying, hey, let's just meet quickly, at the library, and basically I'm going to tell you about it, give you the sample, and run back to my car, right? And if you're a square or a circle or a squiggle, that's going to be off-putting to you because you're going to want to sit and socialize. Does that make sense? And that's really how you find out. You ask the person how they would like it to go, and you give them sort of a choice of a very social thing or a quicker option. And based on how they answer, you can sort of tell which sector they fall into, which shape they fall into. So if they are a circle or a squiggle, then you're not gonna be crazed if they're late. Oh, and if you're a circle or a squiggle and you're meeting with a square or a triangle, you got to get there early, sister. Don't make them wait because they'll be frustrated and they might leave. Right? Okay, so that's sort of the gist of it. Did I leave anything out?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I think what people have to remember, first of all, you have to know what you are.
Yeah.
And it's as easy as when you see a circle, triangle, squiggle, or a square, you just kind of have to figure out which one do I like. That's all that she said to us, was just, which one do you like? And whatever just popped into your head, that's kind of like who you are. And, like you said, Carolyn, some people were kind of like, well, that doesn't sound like me, but maybe this part. So it's not all of it, but it's kind of some of it. You know what I mean? Like the personality traits are definitely, like, I'm definitely a triangle. Like when she said it. Then there was a few things that I was like, well, I don't think I'm that way. But the more you read it, the more I'm like, well, maybe. I'm more of a triangle than I think. But I just thought it was just really interesting how she spun it for us. Because
I did too. I got a lot out of that, and I think sometimes, when I know I'm just going to speak about myself and what I got out of it. I know that sometimes I can be an introvert. Like if I'm around people I know and I'm comfortable, I'll talk up a storm, I'll hug them, I'll do all of those things. But around people I don't know well, my square really shows through, and I don't always feel comfortable hugging people that I don't know, and sort of being in a social situation where I'm quote unquote stuck for a 2-hour meeting with someone that I might not know. I don't necessarily want to go out to lunch with you if I don't really know you that well. We might meet for a quick coffee, and then if I feel like comfortable, then I'm happy to go out to lunch with you. So I think it's important I think, and her big message really is that the person who's doing the marketing, the selling, the interacting should never be the person that's uncomfortable. So even if you don't like to hug, if you're with a circle or a squiggle, then you don't necessarily have to hug the person that you don't know that well, but understand that the close proximity for them is an important sort of factor in building a relationship. And so it's very important that you market to them and that you're the one that's uncomfortable, not them. And that was the real takeaway from it.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely amazing, especially when she said that, the question that you need to ask to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Oh man, like that's amazing, because that puts your brain in a whole different light. Because think about it, like you said, like you're sitting at Starbucks and you're waiting for the squiggle to walk in, and they're 5 minutes late, and you're a triangle and a square, and you're pissed. You're like, oh, well, I guess this isn't going to go well, right? But if you kind of already know, there could be a possibility the girlfriend's going to be late.
Yeah.
It kind of like gets your guard down. It settles you a little bit, and you're like, okay, but like we're still in it. Like we're still in it. Like you know what I mean? Because your mind just constantly plays tricks on you, like the whole time, right?
Right.
So just having like a clear vision of this, I thought was phenomenal.
I did too. And again, another way to just sort of tie up what you just said is us squares and triangles, right? So I sometimes feel if someone isn't on time, I feel like maybe they're not interested, or maybe they don't have respect. I don't know, that's probably not the best word, but you know what I mean? Like they're not into it, or they could care less, but it's just their personality. It's nothing personal. And so like you said, if you can let go of that, then the whole interaction, because I think if you're feeling unhappy or disrespected, or like someone doesn't care, then that's going to show, right? If you're just chilling, you're bringing some little extra, you can be, working on your inventory and seeing how many sales you have for the month, give yourself a little project to do while you're waiting. But that will definitely show if you're not feeling aggravated when the person comes.
Yeah, and I just think it's just so super important for us, especially in direct sales. We're networking, and we're not people pleasers, but, we have to have that interaction going at all times, and just knowing that it's not personal is like huge.
I
thought so. Like that's kind of like another thing that I kind of got out of it. I thought she was a phenomenal speaker, and just kind of put it in perspective for us, which I thought was great.
I thought so too. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of it. And like you said, I was amazed because really, as she was relating it to marketing and talking about the differences in the people, I found myself planning in my head and thinking, well, how the heck am I going to know what somebody's like? And it's really just that easy, just sort of by asking them, how they'd like the meeting to go. And that will give you a good clue as to what their personality is.
Yeah. So I wonder too, like, maybe that has something to do too with like asking like people, do you want an in-person party or a Facebook party?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what kind of personality they are.
That could be.
I'm thinking like a square and a triangle are going to maybe want that Facebook party because they don't want that really close interaction, where that circle and squiggle are going to be like, come on over.
I know. Yeah, because they want to have the social thing.
Right.
That's a really good point.
So, because I almost feel like if you can even, because like I'm thinking in my head, I know some of like my neighbors and friends, I can kind of pinpoint who they are, like what shape they are. That's maybe something that I could utilize for myself to be like, you know what, I'm going to ask her to have an in-person party because she's a circle.
Yeah, and they might be more apt to say yes if they don't feel that pressure of like, oh my God, that's too much for me. That's a really good point.
So that's something. Does anybody have any like questions? Because I know like we're kind of chatting because we were there.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just think like with all of those shapes, I think it's so true to like, even like for like, we're like salespeople, we're trying to sell our product. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like a gift of like a salesperson, is to sort of recognize those different personalities and be able to sort of tailor your elevator pitch or, what you're going to be selling them to the person. Like you said, kind of getting to know them and kind of picking that personality up right when you're talking to them and selling to them, of what type of person they actually really are. So that, kind of fits in, with all that. And then you'll be able to be like, oh, I bet you they'd probably have an in-home party for me, or, go up and hug them. You don't know if they want to be hugged, but then you can kind of feel them out and figure that out about them. So, yeah.
I'm just laughing, thinking like, can you imagine if you just hugged people, like you could tell from their reaction?
I know, exactly.
So true,
Exactly.
right? So
But
true.
after listening to Connie, I mean, she made us want to hug everybody. She was such an amazing, compassionate, wonderful, funny speaker. Like and I got the books. I haven't even read them yet, but
Oh yeah,
right. And I got this. How many did we buy, Margaret? I don't even know.
we bought all 3 of her books.
Yeah, there she is. There's a picture of her right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there she is.
And she's on Facebook too.
And guys, she went around, she didn't only just talk about this part, like she talked about this part, which was amazing, but then she also talked about like health and fitness and how you can't be, you have to take care of yourself. And she talked about health and fitness and, getting all the crap out of your house. Like, remember, she was like, get all the junk out of your house, because if you really want it, you would have to get yourself off the couch in the car to get the ice cream. You know what I mean? Instead of just walking to your refrigerator. But she's right. Like, we're all either have families, other jobs, putting this on top of it. You're not going to have enough energy, is what she was saying, to do all of it if you're not taking care of yourself. And I thought that was an amazing thing that she kind of like, not like threw into it, but that she talked about while she was speaking. And then she walked around the whole entire conference because she's like, I want people to guess how old I am. Remember that?
Yep.
Do you remember how old she was?
Like
Carolyn.
71 or something like that?
Yeah.
That must have, because she did your leadership meeting, right?
She did.
That must have been in the leadership, because that wasn't part of what I saw.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so she did probably like an hour at the leadership portion, but then she was the keynote speaker for the Friday night, right? Yeah, Friday night. But yeah, it was amazing. So she didn't just, talk about business, but she threw in like health and fitness. And I was blown away by how old she was. I mean, she was 71 and she was like filled with spunk and, oh yeah, like I was totally blown away. She was awesome. She was amazing. And she was funny.
Yeah, she was really funny.
Like, really funny. She's got a lot of information like on Facebook. I don't know if she has a blog. Does anybody know if she has a blog?
I don't know if she has a blog, but she definitely has some stuff on YouTube that I've watched.
Yeah.
And funny. And she's just so relatable, and she's just got, I don't know, she just makes so much sense. She's got points. There's one whole talk. She did some of it at the keynote speech, but she did it also, there's a YouTube video where she basically says like 5 things that women should never do. And so you got to watch that. It's very interesting, and it's so true.
Yeah. She does have a blog. So it's Connie Podesta. It's just ConniePodesta.com. And then there's a homepage, topics, about videos, speaker kit, blog, store. So like, I mean, it's all free content, and we really should. I mean, she was amazing. She's got some really great content on this blog page. So definitely like take a look. Quit being afraid to fire people. There you go. But I mean, she's pretty well known. I think I saw her, like one of her videos, she did like a Beachbody conference as well. That was another big one that she did. But definitely take a look. I started, I think I only read like the first, like, I don't even know, 10 pages of this book. So I'll let you guys know this one. Here, let me see. This is the one that she had. I'll let you know how this one is. This one is How to Outthink and Outperform the Competition. Watch out. No, sir. So I don't know. This one looks really good. So I'll let you know when I start reading it. But she was great. She's got a ton of content out there, and we might as well use the free stuff, right?
Definitely. Definitely.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Can you post the info under it? Oh yeah, can you post that info under this? Yeah, do you want me to just post it? I'll post it like when I do the upload it to the team page. I'll like put her name and stuff, and that way people know how to spell it, and they can take a look at her blog. And then Dina, I'll write down the book that I have, but maybe in the comments you can write down the other 2 books. Yeah, that would work. So Margaret, what nail color do we have on? Oh, hi, Carrie. You're too funny. Coral, is it Coral Coast, right? Isn't that what it's called? Why am I what the hell is it? Yeah, it's Coral Coast.
Coral Bay?
No, Coral Coast.
Oh, you have the coral on, yeah.
Yeah, I have Coral Coast on. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was wearing a dress on Saturday night, so I had to have it matching. Thank you, Carolyn. That was awesome. I'm so glad that we could bring like something back that we all learned in conference, because it was amazing, and I want everybody to be able to go next year. A little birdie was kind of telling me that it could be at the beginning of August, but nothing. You know, they're probably not going to even talk about it until probably like January is my thought, because there's so many new stylists coming on. I'm sure they're probably thinking they just need they're not going to know what kind of venue they're going to need, to be able to have us all there. But it's totally worth every penny. It really was. Like, it was mind-blowing what Color Street gave. The keynote speakers were amazing. The amount of free product that we got, the parties, the food, it was pretty amazing. They did a fantastic job. And to think like that was just the first year. So I can only imagine how much better it's going to keep on getting, So it was definitely worth it. And it was just really cool that they had like a keynote speaker come in and chat. So it wasn't like just people from Color Street chatting, they were bringing other people in. So that was pretty huge. But I hope you guys liked this. I loved it. I was like in awe when she was talking about it. I was like, oh my God, that just gave me a whole different perspective about just how to relate to people, and really kind of push my guard down and just, don't get pissed off if somebody is late. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like, that's not a big deal, right? Because of their personality traits. So, and you can't take things personally, so it's like, like we said, like maybe the person is saying no to an in-person party because they're not comfortable with it, so it's something that we should, think of. So yeah, it was really cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for everyone for like jumping on. I love seeing your faces. I wonder if we could do like a gallery view. Is this everybody that's on?
I'm in a gallery view.
Yeah,
I can see everybody.
Yeah, we should. I wonder if I can take a screenshot of us. Let me see. All right, so everybody put their nails up.
Oh, I have naked nails.
Okay.
I have football nails.
Ooh.
All right, I think I got it. So no, thank you guys for hopping on. I love just seeing everybody on here and just, I don't know, like we're so virtual that it's like just cool to like see people's faces and see how people are doing. Does everybody get their fall line?
Mine came today in the mail. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope so, because I mean, they're working really hard. It's just, Oh,
I can't believe how much they did. $1.2 million in one day.
No.
That's amazing.
I know.
Insane.
Yeah. Carrie, what's up? Did you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I just had a quick question, totally unrelated. And Carolyn, that was great. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
I put in an order the other day for more of the fall line stuff. And when I did the shipping, it gives you the option of the $3 shipping or the $7 shipping.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what the difference is? Like,
you get it faster.
Yeah.
But is it like, because it used to come fairly quick. So what is it like? It's not overnight. Anybody know?
Expedited. So I don't know what that means.
Okay, so I wasn't sure.
You get it like in 2 days, where the other one you might get in like 5 days.
Okay.
But
I didn't know if anybody had used it or experienced.
I just do the $3.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it yet, but it'd be kind of cool though if you have like an event and you're like, crap, I thought, you know what I mean? I need more. Maybe you could use that.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of like a cool option now.
Right. I just wasn't sure because I couldn't find any information at all in the back office about
it.
Yeah, about
they chatted a
what
little
is
bit
that?
about it at conference, but not like in real detail. They were just kind of like saying like, now we have this, and everybody was like, yay!
Okay.
But like
Okay.
it wasn't not any more information on it. Sorry,
Okay.
I can't talk.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I know they're working on a ton of stuff at the back office, and I was doing like the stomp out the zeros by the 5th, and I can't even go into the back office. It's like I can't filter it. I'm like, so I might just put up a post and just say, can you guys just tell me? I'll just go on the honest system. Like, because before you could do like the dates, and I can't do the dates. I got to do all of September. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So it's a little frustrating, and I can't get everybody's like email at like their addresses for their home. You can only get like the first round of people, like your enrollees, but you can't get anybody underneath that. But they said they're going to do it, but I think they just have like a list and they're just chopping it off. The cool thing is though, the system didn't crash for the fall line, so that was really good. And I think Halloween's going to be coming out sooner than we think.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Halloween.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
But that'll be cool. I mean, our September sales should be really good, even like September and October. That's my thought, because it's still going to be new, you know what I mean? But it's exciting.
I know. I love all the new sets.
Oh my God. There's so many new ones. I'm like, I don't even want to keep them on. I want to like move on.
My nails are naked and I cannot decide which ones to put on. I keep changing my mind, because I'm trying not to open up every single package that I get.
I know. It's like hard not to though. It's like
so many good ones.
Oh, just
so many
gorgeous.
Good ones.
Does anybody have any of the solid ones on?
No.
No? I'm interested to see if like the fall line's any different.
I'm hoping. It seems like a lot of the solids that I got are more of the what do you call it, like that shimmery, so I'm hoping that means they're a little thicker.
Yeah, I hope so too, because it's kind of like a bummer to be like, can you do Claire's Day or like double it?
Right.
It's kind of a bummer, but
I know.
Hey, I'm looking in the back. I finally cleared up my stuff. You like my thing?
Yeah, it looks good.
So cute.
I love that cabinet.
It's so cute.
I love it. Back there for like 2 weeks. And every time I come on here, I'm like, damn it, look at that back there. Like, I would so get distracted. Like I said to Greg, I said on Sunday night, I'm like, that's got to get done.
Yeah.
On the list. It took us like 2 hours to get it done, but it does look good. Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, Carolyn, that was awesome. Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Thanks for asking.
You.
I would love for like other people to like hop on and do like these calls. I think it's just really cool to like mix it up a little bit. If you have anything that you think's working really well for you, like come on and share that. And I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Good.
And I also too chatted with Stacy Bowman. That was the girl from Alaska who like utilizes her VIP group. I chatted with her a little bit, but I'm gonna I have a few more questions to ask her, and I'll probably just go on live like on Thursday in our group and explain to you guys like kind of like in detail of like what she does, because it was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. So I'll share that.
For like growing your VIP group, Martha?
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff on her VIP group. She's gonna add me to her VIP group, and I think she has like a live sale maybe coming up tomorrow or something. So I'm gonna hopefully catch that. And she was really, really nice. Like she's like, I don't mind you coming on and checking it. She's like, thank you for like reaching out to me. She's like, I kind of get it. She's like, I hate when stylists are just like trying to get into the group, but like they're not private messaging me. Because, it's hard. Because she's like, I really want to keep it to her customer base. Just so that she kind of can, like, figure out the numbers and stuff like that. But she's like, I'll let you come in and peek in. And I said, I'll just, like, look around a little bit. I don't have to stay. I just want to, like, check it out. And she was really, really cool about it. So that was nice. So hopefully I'll have all the notes and information, and I'll share it with you guys on Thursday. I'll just go live in our team page. But she's number one was consistency all day long. I mean, that is like the word. I should have consistency written right back there. So But anyways, thank you, ladies, and have a good week. Bye.
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 Thank you.